Dude, okay, you want to know? All right, I'll fill you in, buddy. Okay, so a few months ago, I met Dante and Nicole on this freaking app, and they're my best friends in the whole freaking world. I love them. But we had a mutual thing where we each hated Peter Thiel in like the most outrageous way, and we couldn't quite put our finger on it. So we got together, we put our heads together, and we said, let's put our fucking fingers on it. Let's figure it out. And Nicole figured it out, bud. Nicole figured it out that Roger Clyer, Austin Russell, who owns the company Luminar, their uncle and nephew, and they're literally directly descended from a German Nazi who owned a concentration camp and a car company called Adler. Okay, so stay with me here. Now, we haven't found the exact proof yet, but the proof is in the frickin' faces here that all these people are frickin' related. They all say that they're self-made billionaires, like Austin here. This guy, this little weasel, he's the first youngest self-made billionaire. But it's weird because they forget to mention that all of his money comes from stolen gold of all of the Jewish people that his grandfather, he killed them and stole their gold because he was a Nazi. And then guess what? You think that Nuremberg ended with all of the Nazis being punished and, right? And then no Nazis were ever around anymore? What if I told you that, like, literally none of them were, like, one maybe? I don't know. Dude, I don't think it's any, honestly. Okay, so now stay with me. Imagine, just be in my fantasy world with me, okay? Imagine none of the Nazis died after World War II. And it was all just a big ruse, and then they moved them to Argentina and created the CIA for them to work at for like 20 years, and then they all moved to America after they finished doing their like Israel contract killing thing to take out all of the Nazis, you know. But it's weird because the Mossad Israeli Nazis really had a tight-knit relationship with the German Nazis. Like, dude, so this is Peter Thiel's dad, I think. We know that his dad's name was Klaus Thiel. This guy came over as Werner Thiel in the 1942 submarine saboteurs, and he was executed within like a week of being found. You know, they came over in a U-boat, like 12 of them, and they all got caught within a minute of stepping on the beach. And then within like 2 weeks, they had their trial, and then immediately they were all found guilty, and then executed, and then they disappeared. But it's weird because this guy named Werner Thiel looks so much like Roger Clay. This is the guy who traffics young girls on TikTok, and Austin, and Peter Thiel, and they all look the same. And dude, I'm not even kidding. Mr. Beast, I don't know if he's Peter Thiel's son, but I do think that he is definitely Peter Thiel's cousin. I'm not kidding, guys. So do you see what I'm laying down here? It's a whole lot of Nancys. And we thought they were gone, but they're not. Okay? So that's what me, Dante, and Nicole all figured out, right? They're all doing this stuff. And they're all like working for I-Word, because I-Word isn't actually about Jewish people. It's about hiding Nazis and making Jewish people the enemy. Because they know that what is happening right now in Israel to the Palestinians is disgusting. They like it because they're mentally ill, but their plan at the end of this is for all white people to be in America and Russia and Europe, and all Jewish people to be in Israel, and all brown people, all brown people killed. So I think they're going to just nuke Israel when they get all Jewish people there. So that's going to take them deporting all Jewish people there. Remember, this is the plan. Once you have an ethno-state, the mission is going to be to get everyone in that ethno at that state, you know? You understand me? So this ends with America and every country sending all of their Jewish people to Israel. Is that something you can get behind? Because it's not something I'm going to get behind ever, you know? So anyway, so we know all this stuff about Peter Thiel. He's a literal Nancy, right? Then we also know that George H.W. Bush was a Nancy, straight up German spy named George Scherf Jr. Not a joke. None of this is a joke. Ignore the hat. This is just to protect us from the microwave beams that the black helicopters are shooting at us. Oh my god, I'm not even to the frickin' helicopter story yet. Okay, so anyway, all these Nancys, right? They're doing bad shit. They use NASA, they use CERN. Like, NASA's literally just straight up a Nancy government thing. They brought like 5,000 astronauts or scientists from Germany and just brought them straight to frickin' Huntsville, Alabama, boy. I've been there. I know it's true. They just brought them over here. No cover, nothing. They just said, oh, these are all just scientists. And guess what? They all came here and they were MK Ultron scientists. They were here to do psychological warfare on the American people. And they set up shop and they've been doing that every freaking moment since. Okay? So George H.W. Bush was the old, we call it the octopus. You ever seen the octopus murders? That is about George H.W. Bush. The CIA runs Netflix, so I don't think Christian could say that H.W. Bush is the octopus, but I have eyes, and he was telegraphing that the entire time. Anytime he's talking about the octopus, George H.W. Bush is in the background. Dude, I'm telling you, everyone needs to start paying attention to the signs, okay? So he is the old octopus. He's the one who put in the Franklin scandal, the Atlanta child trafficking, and, you know, the missing Atlanta children. He's the one who put in the DC Madam stuff. Dude, he's the one who literally put crack into black neighborhoods. And it was all to fundraise for the CIA. Because the CIA is doing clandestine shit that is not getting signed off on by Congress. And they figured out that if they just fund themselves, they don't have to ask anyone for anything. So they do illegal stuff. And brother, one of the things George H.W. Bush did Iran-Contra, which was selling weapons to Iran when they shouldn't have. And then that was to get money to then give weapons to Nicaraguan paramilitaries to fight the Sandinistas, who were just like people who they're indigenous people who want their fucking land. They want to live. They just want to live, you know? But no, they're communists. They're communists because they don't want their boss to take 99% of everything and no one else has anything. They don't want to do the feudal slave thing, you know? So anyway, all this to say that we know all this about this guy. I hate him. He's disgusting. He's trying to set up a fascist white America, literally. These people want black people, brown people, Jewish people, anyone who isn't white with fucked up teeth and who doesn't like do weird stuff with their dad, you know? Anyone who doesn't do that, they want to be their slaves. I'm not exaggerating or anything. They want slaves. That's all they think about, all they care about, okay? So anyway, back to the funding of the CIA. One of the new things that the CIA does, I think, is, have you ever heard of CoffeeZilla? You know all those CoffeeZilla things that he investigates into Logan Paul and Jake Paul and all these NFT scams and all that shit? I think that's the new crack in black neighborhoods. I really do, and I think I'm not wrong. They just realized that they could do crowdfunding. Oh wait, sorry, this isn't supposed to be here. That's another Nancy that didn't. They do NFT scams. Oh man, how did this one get in here? Oh my god, this one too. Have you guys ever heard of this one? He didn't die. Bro, even this one. Oh frick, how did Joseph Mengele, the New Jersey anthrax mailer, how did he get in here? Oh, I don't have this before photo. Whatever, you can look it up. It's not a joke. That's Joseph Mengele in New Jersey. You can see the toothy resemblance too a little bit, right? I mean, one of them is Hitler's son and one of them is Peter Thiel's son. I'm not sure which. No, Peter Thiel's not Hitler's son. He's Klaus or Werner Thiel's son, or Irma. I think this is Klaus, because they hate trans people, but they're willing to play trans people in order to escape to Argentina if they have to, whatever, to be a rat. Anyway, I found out about all of Peter's scams. He doesn't like it, so he sent a black helicopter to me. He sent people to harass me, dox me. Operation Olive Branch turned on me. Dude, it's a mess, but